if you are interested, if what we're doing here tonight, playing Temple of Elemental Evil, seems like a fun time and you'd like to be a part of it, best thing to do would just be to join the Discord server so you can kind of keep up to date with when signups come out and when there's opportunities to play. So we'd love to have you there. Um, yeah, so with I think that's all I've got for the information at the top here. Again, big thank you to everybody at Goodman Games, Chris Doyle, and of course Joseph Goodman for letting us have the opportunity to test out this material for the first time. You have to bear with us. We're using Foundry for this is my third time using it, so there might be some times where we're troubleshooting some of the ins and outs of Foundry. So you get to see how Foundry works a little bit here too. But without further ado, we're going to get right into the adventure. So we have 6 players here. We're going to be introduced to them in short order here. But you all are traveling. And let me... Yep, I do have it up on the screen here for the folks at home. You've all been traveling from the city of Verbobank. It is a city of a population of about 200,000. And it serves as the capital of the Viscounty of Verbobank. And you've all accepted delivery over some freight that you are taking to the village of Hommlet for a wizard named Byrne. Seems you actually had to go and purchase and acquire all the goods that you were delivering, so you know what you're bringing there. It's mostly glassware, alchemists supplies, things like that, and a few like odds and ends like ingredients and things like that he had requested. All things that were easy enough to acquire, especially in a city the size of Verbobank. And you've been traveling now for like the past 2 days now, southeast of Verbobank to your destination of Hommlet. You've been traveling through the Cron Hills, and these roads that you've been traveling on, the reason that you're getting paid as much as you are for this freight is that these roads are known to be sort of the haunt of bandits, highwaymen, and also things like goblins, kobolds, and gnolls and such. And actually, these roads haven't been traveled as often in recent times because of these threats. And so, as you're making your way over these past 2 days, you're on you're now, today is your 3rd day on your trek to Hommlet. You've only got about a day and a half left to go, based on your estimation. It is a cool autumn night, and assuredly, your fire has been built to help you stay warm and prepare food this evening. And you are all, some of you may be more acquainted with one another than others, but many of you are probably strangers to each other. And so, as you are warming yourselves around the fire, just as a way to sort of pass the time, there's conversation that drifts amongst you about hometowns and family and maybe future plans that you have after you've acquired some of your wealth from the wizard Byrne. And so here it is that we are going to do some character introductions. We don't necessarily have to RP this out, but give us kind of, I don't have like a specific prompt, but tell us a little bit about your character, maybe physical description of what they look like, and tell us maybe some of the details about your character that they'd be publicly sharing with the others, the things that they'd be okay sharing about their background. And so I think we will, maybe we'll start just off to my left here at the bottom of the screen with Percy. Who are you bringing to the table?
Hi, my name's Percy. Today I'll be playing Dane Battlehammer, who is a very rugged, weathered dwarf. Um, I don't know what else you want to know about him.
Just whatever details he might be publicly sharing. If nothing, you could describe that too. If he's like sort of a private, trying to keep things close to the chest, or what types of things would he be sharing with the others?
My name is Captain Dane Battlehammer of the Battlehammer clan, and if there's one thing that the Battlehammers like to do, it's more so drink. And he raises his flask and has a big gulp of his ale.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Next up, we have Cliff. Cliff, who are you bringing to the table?
Galileo. He's a furbog, and he's from up north, and he come from a big family of druids, but he's a little different because he's gonna go for the Circle of Stars, and nobody in his family ever went for the Circle of Stars druid. So he's going to have to show them that it's a good way to go.
I thought it was a slip that you said a big family of druids, but then with that comment, I realized that is exactly what you meant. So he's breaking out on his own. Awesome. Okay, and next up we have Casey.
Hi. So I am playing Humboldt Bragg. He is a human. He is a barbarian. He's Baklunish, which is one of the nomadic folk of the land. And, you know, there's a rumor that when they come of age, they're gifted a horse, you know, and told to go out and see the world. He's roaming the world with a donkey. So if that gives you any indication of, you know, the level of prosperity his family was, you know, blessed with. He does have his donkey, Odie. The donkey is his companion. He's got a little cart, and he leaped on the opportunity to get paid to haul some gold about. This is a temporary job, though. Honestly, he's trying to earn a reputation as a matchmaker. So in the, you know, past few nights, he's been asking folks, and, you know, while, you know, our good friend there, Dane, you know, maybe holding back a little bit, saying he just likes to drink and fight, Humboldt has pulled out of him, you know, the kind of woman Dane might also be looking for, who likes to drink and fight. So, you know, he's eking out information, even from the most reticent of folk. And that's Humboldt.
All right. Next up we have Andrew.
Right. Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm playing Lucinda, a human fighter, middle-aged, tidily put together, pretty like efficient and quiet around the camp. You would guess she probably spent some time in the military, but like a while ago, and doesn't talk much. Probably offhandedly mentioned some kids. Talks about the money that she's trying to make. Pretty on point. Kind of probably a jerk about it, if we're being honest. Like chasing you around, telling you to pick up your stuff. But kind of passive aggressively. So just a joke.
Every party needs that person to kind of keep everyone else in line, though. So
party mom.
Awesome. Next up, Ed, who are you bringing to the table?
I'm playing a halfling sorcerer by the name of Teasley Sline, who is probably the reason that we need a party mom. For all of the people who don't speak, Teasley fills in the blanks. And for the past couple of days of traveling, you've probably noticed that his stories are wildly inconsistent. One day he might tell you that he's from Nulb, the next day he's from Nacevale. Next day you find out he's never been anywhere around here before. So the stories tend to vary. The only one that remains constant is that Teasley will tell you that he is God-touched. And he won't really explain what that means, but that's the one constant that comes back in.
All right. And next up we have Isaac. Who are you bringing to the table?
Hi, I'm Isaac. I'll be playing Ziloff, a dragonborn
bard. He is blue. He pretty much the way he would look a bit tall. He would constantly be tuning his lute, playing it from time to time, kind of humming, keeping to himself. Though he does try to engage in conversation, though he really gets fumbled up with his words and really doesn't know what to say. But he kind of hangs around like a sad little puppy around people. So that is Zilloff for the moment, and he's sporting his nice little poncho that he seems to always have with him.
All right, and so you could probably call it an early morning. At least those of you that don't have to take that early night. Those of you that don't have to take the first watch, and bright and early, you're back at it, traveling the road. Morning comes, the sun is shining brightly on another crisp autumn day. You begin to navigate with Odie and the cart down this road. It is in a very sad state of affairs. You could see crisscrossed with deep wagon wheel ruts and occasional standing puddles of muddy water. This whole road just has been in disrepair for a long time. It makes traveling somewhat difficult, as you're kind of fighting against it at times. But on either side of the road, coming in close hugging in close to the road at times are just overgrown shrubs and brushes and trees. And occasionally you've got some of the debris from that forest covering parts of the road. And so this is kind of slowing you down a bit. So nearly a full day of struggling against the old road brings you within eyeshot of the scene here that I'm going to pop up for the audience to see. A scene that sort of bears evidence to why you're being paid so much for this freight that you're bringing to Hommlet. For up ahead, you can see that there is a cart that lies stuck in the muck of the road. No horse, no livestock tethered to it. It's the backside of the cart. Looks like it's been kind of manhandled, and the gate to the cart has been ripped open. There's no cargo or freight inside. And on the other side of the cart, you can see a man, clearly wounded, as evidenced by blood-soaked cloth bandages that it seems that he's kind of improvised around his left thigh. And you can see he's wincing in pain as he leans up against a tree nearby the road. And just a shout-out, thank you, Jasper's Game Day. Thank you for the cheers. Thanks to everybody for the cheers. And so as you're coming in close, that's what you can see. I don't know, I think it's probably some 60 feet or so in front of you by the time you kind of catch sight, understand what you're looking at up ahead.
Oh, there, Odie. Slow down.
That doesn't look good.
Hello there. Are you hurt?
And as you call out, you can see he's still alive. He moves. He kind of twitches and like kind of looks in your direction. And it looks like he tries to kind of raise his hand to like hail you. But then you can just see an expression of pain overcomes his face. And he passes out and he kind of slumps to one side.
Oh, that's not good.
Be careful, guys. This could be a trap. And Dane's going to move forward.
Yeah. Can I scan the trees? I'll look to the north.
Yeah, make a perception check.
I got 13.
All right. And you're scanning kind of to the north.
I'm guessing the north is up on the map.
Yeah, we'll go with that. That's
Galileo is going to assess the person's wounds.
okay. While well, yeah. Why don't I? So, Galileo, you go up. You're gonna go assess his wounds. I'm just gonna kind of gather from everybody what they're kind of doing in this moment. Let's see. Dane, what are you up to?
Dane's also going to go check out his wounds.
Okay, so the two of you move up ahead. Let's see. How about Humboldt? What are you up to?
Okay there, Odie, it's time for the adults to do some talking. Earmuffs and eye muffs. And he just sort of like, puts the blinders on the donkey so that should anything exciting happen, we don't end up with a runaway cart. And then he'll just kind of lead Odie so that they're kind of half turned on the road. So if it's time to run away, he can turn it around and get us underway the other way. So move up to kind of where I haven't quite identified the name to the people yet. So kind of in there-ish.
Okay, sounds good. Teasley.
I'm going to go up and see if there is any loot that might have been missed in the cart, and also to help the guy.
Okay. Why don't you give me let's say a perception check. And how about Ziloff?
Ziloff will be kind of hanging back, looking kind of almost like a gopher picking out of the hole, kind of just looking around, kind of worried already. Going, oh, a trap? You said a trap?
Okay. Why don't you make a perception check as well? Cliff, Galileo can make a medicine check. And then we'll kind of go around and assess all of these different checks that you've all just done. I think I'm going to start with Teasley. As you go up to this cart and you start kind of checking it out, you definitely don't see any loot or anything, but you are struck by the fact that let me see. What did you roll?
An 18.
18. Yeah. So the grooves that this so it's pretty mucky. Like it maybe had rained recently in this area, and the grooves from the wheel do not correspond with the road so much as they do. It seems like this is pulled in off from the northern side of the road.
Oh, that's weird.
Cliff, we'll go to your medicine check. And it looks like that was an 8. So you go over there and you can see like this bandage is wrapped up around his thigh. And it looks like he's got there's like a number of crossbow bolts that are kind of like sticking up out of the muck in places. But
Gee golly. Hey there. You okay?
And he's breathing like you could he hasn't died, but he's not conscious. He's not awake or talking to you. And then we had a couple of perception checks. And so with those perception checks, both Lucinda and Ziloff, you can make out there are some folk in the trees. You see at least this one here, and over to the north. So the one up to the north, Lucinda, that's the one that you see, has a heavy crossbow in hand. Kind of a female figure with a red bandana her hair pulled back, and crossbow kind of mounted, leaning, resting on one of the limbs of the trees, pointed in your direction. Ziloff, you can see to the south, a number of male bandits also in kind of similar position. This one right here at the front end, wearing leather armor, has a hand axe in hand, and seems to be he's sizing that up right at the back of Dane's head.
What? Can I yell out as a reaction? Just shooter,
Yeah.
2 o'clock. I'll point.
Dude, come on, the drop. It's a drop.
And right there is where we're going to roll initiative, but having spotted them, no surprise actions on their part. So let me see. I have to toggle us all into combat mode, and then once I've done that, we can roll initiative. Okay, you should be good to go to roll initiative for yourselves.
Oof.
Okay. That's probably where I should have. Where's initiative on here?
Top
Okay.
right of the main page.
Oh,
Click the
got it.
word.
Thank you.
Hey, see, we got some comments in the chat. Yeah, I agree. I love this 5th edition treatment that they're giving all this old stuff, and I know that Temple of Elemental Evil is one that lives on in a lot of people's heart. I think you hear Keep on the Borderlands get brought up as a lot of people's first module, and I think this one often is. At least Village of Hommlet gets brought up a lot of times too, so it's kind of cool that they're doing this, and thanks for stopping by. We've got some videos up on YouTube of some of the other OAR books, so if you want to check that out, it's there. So I think we're all in initiative order here. So we're going to hit begin combat, and first up is the... sorry, I think I described that person up in the north as the female character. I had one person here that wasn't showing. She's down here. But Arvis is up first, so he's up here. He's got a heavy crossbow in hand, and he's going to be aiming that at Galileo.
And as you take the shot, quick question, is there a way to pop the chat or the combat tracker out of the sidebar? Because I can only see one at a time.
I haven't figured out how to do that yet.
Right click on it. Right click on the icon at the top.
There it is. Perfect. Thank you.
Ooh, nice.
That pops it out?
Yep. Just right click on the little fist, and that pops out the combat tracker.
Oh, great. Thank you. That's helpful. All right, so Arvis takes this shot. And thank you for the follows. Does an 18 hit? Galileo, I imagine that does. For 2 points of damage.
Oh, that hurt.
It does. But it's not enough to trigger that shock roll, so that's good. The female character down to the south here, Lottie, she has... I have them, they've all got like different equipment and such. So she's the one, yeah, she's got the heavy crossbow. She's going to try to take a shot at Dane. And she does so with a 15.
Miss.
And so crossbow bolt goes kind of sinks right into the muck right below your feet, doesn't quite hit, and now you're keenly aware of the threat all around you. Next up is JJ, who is the one that has the hand axe, and so he's going to launch that. At Dane. That comes flying out. But just as you kind of move your feet, shuffle your feet, avoid that first crossbow bolt. You duck instinctually as the axe kind of rolls right over the top of your head, and you can hear behind you the boot prints of this individual kind of thwack into the muck. He's hopped out of the tree and has a mace in hand, and he just closes the distance here and gets ready to make an attack. And then it is Zilloff's turn.
Zilloff will at first not know what to do, but grab his loot instinctively and strum it once and try to cast sleep on these two. I don't know how I target or these two right here.
Over here?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Just let's see, what is it? 5d8? If you want to roll 5d8 in the chat.
Okay, cast spell. Let's see. Consume. Boop. And we're gonna do it right here. And
you'll
I
probably
guess damage might do it. Would damage might?
if
would
you
that
type
might be it?
/ roll
Okay, we'll do that.
5d8, that's probably the best way. Wow.
Someone's rocking my dreamboat. Somebody's invading your dream. Time
Both
to go
of-
to sleep, little people.
Their eyelids start closing in, and they both kind of just using their crossbows kind of cradle their head, and they get real comfy up there in the middle of the tree.
That's very nice.
So nicely done. They're
And
out
he'll
of it.
take a few. He'll take a few steps forward, continuing to sing to them. Just his hand out, just letting him have it, giving it his all.
Sounds good. Next up, we have Galileo.
I'm gonna attack with my quarterstaff. This one that's right near.
All right, sounds good.
See now how? Oh, there we go. And
An 18 will hit. And are you hitting it two-handed?
yes.
I believe you can hit the versatile button there then. All right. So 2 points of damage to him.
Now, can I take a? He has this ability to hide. What is that called?
The furball turn invisible thing.
Yeah. Can he do that when he's so close to an enemy?
I think it just turns you invisible. It's not actually a stealth check, right? As a bonus action, you turn invisible until the start of your next turn. Yep, you can do that.
All right. I'm going to do that. Do I have to hit anything to
Nope.
do that? Or? Okay.
Maybe just on your features tab where you see hidden step, you've got a tracker there that says, you got 1 of 1 use left. You could deduct that so you know that you've used it.
All right.
All right. So you blink out. Are you moving at all then? Because you can move away.
So once I
safely
do
then.
that, I can move without taking attack of opportunity, right?
Yeah, he has to be able to see you in order to take a attack of opportunity. So you'd be safe to move away.
Okay. Well, I can't really see where I am right now because I'm.
Yeah, that's true. I'll undo that.
Well, I will move over here next to the tree, I would say.
All right. Next up is Teasley.
All right. Well, I'm gonna scream and run up. Oh, I got the wrong thing. Run up here, and as I'm running, I'm going to target the one in the tree up north there and cast a firebolt at it.
All right. And that will hit.
For 2 points of damage.
2 seems to be the number tonight.
It is the number of the day. And then I will continue running up behind this tree and drop prone.
Sounds good.
And hide behind a tree.
Next up is the individual on the ground here with the bandage who stands up at this point, is clearly has no issue doing so. And he has a hand crossbow, which he points at Dane and takes a shot. $15, I believe you said, was a miss.
Yeah, armor class is 18.
Okay. And he's going to kind of duck behind this tree here. And make a stealth check as a bonus action. All right. So, from pretty much everyone's view, he is currently stealthed. And next up is Dane.
And Dane's gonna go. Finally some action! I love it. He's gonna cast Divine Favor on his weapon. Then he is going
Let's
to
go
hit
with flavor. That sounds more fun.
Yeah, he's going to hit the one that's attacking him.
All right.
Thanks for the raid.
Ooh.
I'm Butterby.
And we'll pause real quick because Butterby is saying we're welcoming some raiders to the channel. Welcome, Homebrew Cafe.
Butterby?
Thanks for coming on over. We're playing Temple of Elemental Evil. It's session 1 of the new book from Goodman Games that'll be coming out in August. So thanks, everybody. Dane, your 13 will hit. Yeah, thank you for the cheer. So 6 points from the weapon, and another
And
3
for radiant damage.
and that will force him using the shock damage rules. He's gonna have to make a con save to see if anything happens. He fails that, so he's got to roll a d10. And on a 9, he can't take reactions until the end of his next turn. And he takes a total of 9 points of damage. Which, that roll was pointless because he only has 9 hit points left, so he's dead.
But he still can't
Nice.
take reactions.
But he can't take reactions, yes. Permanently so. All right. Anything else, Dane?
He'll start
Uh-oh.
moving over there.
Uh-oh, something just happened. Ooh.
Everyone get a
Ditto
reroll.
Lion. Yeah, everyone gets a reroll. I'm not tracking these as a pool tonight. I probably will in the future, but players, just track your own rerolls for this session. So you each have one reroll that you can spend or use. Thanks, Jenna. All right. Next up, we have Wesley, who is sleeping. He's sleeping. Donkey Odie is very calm and just watching this scene and doesn't know what to do other than wait for this cart to get moving again. Humboldt, it is your turn.
Oh, this is not appropriate. He starts moving up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He gets to about there. You can see he's getting riled up. He's got his shield on. He's got his stick in his hand. He's getting ready to like slam the stick against the shield, make a loud noise, and then he sees the people falling asleep in the trees. He's like, "Oh, they're taking a nap." And then he just takes the dodge action, looking a little confused as everybody starts falling over asleep or dead in front of him. So bonus action rage, action dodge, and some movement, and then he'll stand there a little confused for the moment.
Sounds good. Lucinda.
I'm gonna take off to the north. 12 squares will get me to there.
All right, and yes, you can see this individual still active with a crossbow in hand, loading it currently.
I'll glare at him.
All right.
You know, that's it.
Next up, we're back to the top, and it is Arvis's turn. Arvis loads the crossbow and is going to send a bolt down towards you, Lucinda. Does a 14 will miss?
That'll miss, yeah. Take it on the shield.
And at this point in the battle, you watch as this individual hops out of the tree. Seems to head... seems like just based on their facial expression and the way that they are turning tail, that they maybe weren't expecting to be ambushing a number of seasoned adventurers, and seems not so wanting to be a part of this anymore.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
And Lottie probably would have the same reaction at this point, but she is sleeping and unable to flee. Ziloff, it is your turn.
Ziloff is going to move up a bit. Let's see. Okay. Switch there. And cast a vicious mockery on this one. This person right here. He's gonna strum another. Well, let's see. Maybe we could get it to work first. Let's see if it works. There you go.
I'm gonna say that his stealth check from right there is still in
Oh, I'm
play.
sorry. I apologize. Okay, in that case, he is not gonna do that. He's gonna get up and continue singing. He's just gonna continue singing to the.
Does vicious mockery require you to see? That's my only question.
Vicious mockery. Let's see. You can see. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. He's going to get here and just start. He's gonna find the largest rock that he could kind of stand on, and just start really strumming it, and just being, "Go to sleep, you stay asleep. Someone maybe might want to come over and help me. I don't know what to do now. Help me stay asleep."
Sounds good. Galileo, it is your turn.
Galileo moves up here and grabs his short bow and you could not have played sick like that. That was not a good thing, eh? So he attacks with his short bow.
Okay, and you're shooting this one?
Yes.
Okay. You've moved, he's not invisible. You've moved into such a place where he really can't hide from you. He's in plain sight. So, yep, you've got him. With a 19, you hit him. And 5 points of damage. He is still up.
That's it for me.
All right. Teasley, it is your turn.
All right, I'm gonna move over to here, and I'm gonna throw a firebolt at the one that's running away.
That'll hit.
2 more.
Ow!
Yeah, you keep running.
Killrent has a arrow sticking out of him, and he's just like, man, those things actually do hurt. Ah! And he just starts running 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's going to try to sprint away. And he's going to take a bonus action to dash again. So he's... And then it is Dane's turn. Dane?
Dane's going to move up. And he's going to told that the guy that just ran away from him.
This one over here. The one that was bandaged.
Oh, never mind. I can't reach him. I'll toll the other one.
Okay, Arvis, this one up here.
Yep.
Okay, so Arvis must do
13.
DC 13. 15. So makes the save. Anything else, Dane?
Nope.
All right, Wesley is sound asleep, and Humboldt, it is your turn.
So Humboldt, looking angry, but he sees the enchanting singer, and he's like, "Ooh!" And he shakes his stick at the other ones. That he reaches down behind him, pulls out 2 pairs of manacles, and starts heading over to the tree to lock those 2 down. So
Sounds good.
he'll over here, lock them down like around a tree branch so that they can't run away. Gently though, so they stay asleep.
Next up is Lucinda.
I'll move down to the sleeping guys. Clap Zilloff on the back and say, "Good work, kid. I think you can probably stop though. They're asleep usually."
Okay, good thing.
Like lullaby done. Thank you. Jesus Christ. And I'll start tying the guy up.
Lucinda chucks you the other pair, or Humboldt chucks Lucinda the other pair of manacles.
So we're at the end of this round, and just I'm going to check in and see. You've got 2 that are going to be easy enough to take as prisoners, and 2 that are fleeing. And the pattern in which they're fleeing in 2 different directions. Is there an appetite from any of the party members to go chasing after those 2?
Not from me.
Not really.
Oh.
Well, that looks like it'll lead you to more of a trouble.
They've had their fun. We'll let them go.
These other 2 can run off too for all I care, but let's like wreck their swords in a lake or something.
So it sounds like we'll drop initiative here, and these 2 are going to end up, they flee, they run off into the woods. And Humboldt, you've got the manacles.
Yep. Of the things I actually did complete when I was buying my inventory, I did get the manacles on there.
All right. So easy enough to pull them out of the trees and get them properly shackled up for when they come awake. What would you all like to be doing?
But before you throw the swords in the lake, maybe we could just put them on the cart, take them to town, and sell them.
Sure, I just don't want to get stabbed with either of them.
Well, that seems fair. But you know, if we take them along with us, we don't run into the risk of some watery tart making a king.
Right. Sure. But what about these guys? I mean, I guess we just take their swords. Kick them in the butt. On to leave.
Well, no, I was going to take them into town. I'm sure they have a sheriff. Maybe there's a bounty.
You just mean
Probably.
The ones that can walk.
Okay.
The other ones, we'll take their crossbows.
We could give them give your donkey a rest and make them pull that cart.
That seems like trouble.
Okay.
Should I save the other one that I smacked with my hammer? Three
Oh,
bodies
he's
are better than none.
Is he still breathing?
He is not. He would be. His skull is properly crushed in.
I'll go and check him out and make sure that I liberate any coin pouch he might have.
So, give me an investigation check as you check out that individual. And
Ooh, natural 20.
you're gonna be disappointed when you realize he has no coin on him, but you gotta check everywhere. You go in the boots of this individual, and you do find a curious item: a very smoothed down, like a polished stone, and engraved upon it is a eye. And well, since I've got this up, we'll share this image from the book. This is the goofball there, who's playing, lying in wait, playing bait. But here is the... Did I load it in here? I thought I did.
Gonna give a little acting coaching for him. Maybe a little less smile when you're pretending to be almost dead. Just dial that grin back a bit, buddy.
Oh, I'll write that down. That one was drawn by my former roommate.
What's that?
The artist for that is a former roommate of mine.
Oh, really?
Yep.
What's his name?
Brad McDevitt.
Oh, I thought you were getting back into character.
No, the artist for that
That's cool.
sketch is actually a former roommate of mine.
Oh, though, what you said about the cart there did bring me to mind. Well, I don't want them pulling my cart. If we were to manacle them to the front of the other one and have them pull that along, that'll keep them manageable, and we'll have another cart.
Oh, good plan.
We want another cart for.
David could have performed the last rites on the one that he killed.
Fair parts.
And I will pocket that stone.
All right.
Carts are
And
worth
I
a few gold
suppose-
too when you sell them at the town.
I mean, I
Oh,
suppose
well, that's
this one must be somebody's son. So, we could bundle them up, toss them in the cart, and at least give them a proper burial when we get to town.
Yeah, we'll let the town deal with that.
So, Dane, you are performing some religious rites. Just out of curiosity, what god do you worship?
Maradin, the All-Father.
So, you spend some time...
Now, this stone was only found on one of them. It's not like they were all carrying this.
Guess we didn't check
Well,
all their boots.
Did anybody check it?
And Teasley, were you sneaky about pocketing the stone?
I certainly didn't draw attention to it.
Oh, okay.
You two,
Yeah.
empty your boots.
You've shaken them awake at this point.
Yes. Get them all manacled up. You know, and then attach them to the front of the cart. Help them get that up and out of the mud, and then throw the body in the back. But 2 bodies. 1 body? 2 bodies?
One body.
1 body.
I think we only killed one.
Yep.
So
2 sleepy and 2 ran away.
shaking their boots loose, you'll find a stone each that they also have on their person.
What
Whoa.
a weirdly masochistic cult.
What? So, what's this stone?
I could do a reading of the stars, but I'm not very practiced yet.
You know anything about that eyeball symbol? That look like a religious thing to, I don't know, you're religious folk, right?
I've never seen it.
Why don't we just ask?
Maybe it's a gang symbol.
You
Yeah.
there? Is this a gang symbol?
Well, it's a stone that the boss gave us.
What's
The
it
boss.
do?
Well, it doesn't do anything. We have to show it to prove that we're a part of the gang.
So now we're part of the gang.
I don't think it works that way.
have to
we
show
could
it to
find
somebody?
Well, maybe you could. They're not all that discerning. If you're looking for a job, you could join us. You're good fighters.
A lot better than you guys. So sad.
Well, you'd be a shoe-in then.
So the stone was a shoe-in.
Yeah, let's go back to that. You show people this rock to prove to them that you're in a gang. You keep it in your shoe? Does that mean like every time you meet up, you're taking your shoe off to pull out the rock to show it to them?
That's right.
Sounds a
This is
bit
stupid gang.
sounds a bit uncomfortable.
No, it's actually quite relaxing. You roll it on the back of your heel, like, and it helps. It's like a little massage on the bottom of your soul.
I think that means your boots are too big.
Well, that could be.
So I'm thinking that we leave them without boots so that if they try and run away, it's more difficult for them.
While all this
boots.
Well, all this
think
is
maybe.
fascinating conversation. Perhaps we could get underway, and that way, if they come back with reinforcements, we're not just standing in the same place.
Sure, yeah.
They can talk and
like
walk.
Are there a lot more of you? Are they gonna run off and get 10 more guys and come back?
Whoa. If we say yes, you'll let us go, and we just run off. Or if we say no, you let us go. Which way do we have to say?
If you tell me the truth, I won't punch you in the gut.
There is no one
You know,
else.
what sign were you born under?
I'm
Eh?
hilarious.
Jane's gonna punch him in the gut.
Oh, it's trick.
Make an intimidation check, Dane.
He get an assist? The
Sure,
general
yeah.
threat.
Yeah, you can have advantage. There's some threats.
He
being
tricked
tossed
you.
around.
He said he wasn't gonna do it, and then he did it anyway.
Let's see. I think that looks like that was deception. There, 21. She says, "Oh, yep. There are no more of us. It's just us."
So who's the boss then? Who gave you the stone?
Dane will wind up again.
Hey, easy.
I don't know his name. They just call him the beautiful one.
Oh, I like him already.
That'll work for you.
Listen, Dane, I'm normally the one. I mean, it feels good to win one, but I'm normally the one getting punched in the gut, so I know how it feels. Kind of take it easy on him, okay?
That's totally up to him, man.
They shot a bunch of arrows. They deserve a punch in the gut. Maybe more.
Well, speaking of, there's a bunch of crossbows about. Is anyone not carrying one that would need to carry one? That ought to carry one? That wants to carry one?
I take it and sell it.
I
Might use it. I'll pick one
I'm
up.
happy with
Yeah.
my short bow.
If I could, I would, and I
There
probably
were
can if it's
3
wide
heavy
enough.
crossbows?
Oh, they're all heavy.
But
Let's
it occurs to
see.
me. It occurs to me that perhaps Humboldt was on a bit of a tear when he said we should not be here anymore. So why don't we not be here
Yeah,
anymore?
yeah.
There's 1 heavy and 2 light crossbows.
Hmm.
If
Can
you're
use
scared of a fight, I guess we could go, but I don't know. I was having fun.
Oh, but we just keep moving along. I'm sure we'll find more. He wouldn't pay us 16 gold if it was just this one little gang.
Let's go then.
Do you know that you're worth 15 gold?
This guy's just a small fraction of 15 gold.
You're worth part of 15 gold.
Small part.
Okay, small part. Still part.
Well, maybe we can get some sort of sign-on bonus so you can become a encouraged recruit for the Badgers.
Maybe. Let's go.
I hope they have pretty stones.
So
Badgers?
you sounds like you're gathering up the arms and whatnot that the one that you felled had, and assuredly the stuff that these two had. Anything else that you're doing before, as you're packing up the cart full of this stuff, and you're bringing them along with you to hand over to whatever authority may exist in Hommlet?
Yeah.
Dane's gonna ask the 2 prisoners, "You guys got anything to drink? Thirsty."
Just whatever's in my water flask there. Not much.
I don't want water.
I mean, we've pretty well rolled them. If they had anything, we'd have found it.
Dane,
Sure,
if you get a leg on, remember the brewmeister of Hommlet is not shipped back to Voboken for a time now. You must have like that's full of the stuff by now.
Yes, I want to try some of that ale.
Probably spilling over all over the place.
Come
Gotta
on,
get there fast. Double time, double time. It's funny. It's just like
get
talking
that
to
donkey moving.
It was exactly what I was thinking about you. And then
Are you sure we want to move on? I mean, maybe we should. Oh, are you? I mean, we need to. Maybe we should sit here and process this. I mean, they tried to attack us here. I mean, that's
okay, when you're
pretty
done
heavy.
processing, try and catch up.
Okay, okay, don't leave me. I'm coming.
All right. Well, you pack up the cart. You get back on the road, and your journey. You're going to have to make camp once again this night. You were kind of hoping that you were going to make it there yet today, but this situation kind of sets you back a little bit, and just the road is worsening. So you make camp again this evening. And anything that you want to do as you have to do that again? Any special, I don't know, special actions or conversations you want to have?
I think Ziloff kind of worriedly would go up to Teasley and go, You think they might come back for their friends?"
No, I don't. It's my experience that folks like these, well, they're out for themselves, really. And if they were enough, it was to save their own skins. And these folks, well, let's just say honor among thieves only goes so far.
And they got wounded, and they're one less than they were before. So
I say we strap these two to the trees and make sure they don't go anywhere.
Oh, I'd like to put honey on them and wait for the bears.
What?
No.
Oh, no, that maybe.
How you do it all?
I don't have any honey.
hey, that
So
sounds like
if-
a good joke. I'd like to see that.
If you two are behaved, we'll keep you manacled and let you sit on the ground to sleep. If you misbehave, I'll hook up my block and tackle. We'll pull you up into the tree. You'll be hanging by your hands. Okay? So be good, stay seated, and you'll be fine.
If we're real good, can we get a bit of that honey you say you have?
I
I
don't
was
think you
lying.
want
I
the
don't have
honey.
any.
I do. You don't?
We'd have to find a hive first. And
Yeah, you
and
don't
get-
want the honey. Here though, you can have a bit of jerky, and it's like,
Okay, that's real good. All right, so you make
like having
camp.
another donkey.
Hard for a barbarian. Crazy. Humble.
Eh,
You got any more alcohol?
I do.
Oh, can I have some?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
That's what he said.
Why didn't you bring some alcohol with you?
We've been out here for 3 days. How much do you want me to carry?
Like,
I mean, I have a cart.
literally any at all.
I have a
Oh.
cart. You could have brought like a ton, a literal ton.
Well,
hey there,
I'm
you
not
know
as
I was
smart as I thought I was.
a famous person that brewed wine.
Besides, if you have
Yeah,
some, then
down
I
in
don't
Mayo,
pay
yeah.
for it.
Okay. Right. Lost track of that a bit, but we're all settled in. Double watches, I think, for tonight.
All right.
OT, keep your eyes open. OT.
So you set a watch, and your fears of additional bandits does not come to fruition.
Damn.
Say to some disappointment. No ale carrying bandits come into camp, unfortunately. But morning comes, and you're back at it, and the journey ahead takes you till about early afternoon before you're able to actually get to Hommlet. But few hours travel, and let me switch screens here for just a second.
Whoa, thanks for the jams, man!
And thank you, chat, for the cheers. Thank you. Here it is. So the village of Hommlet comes into view. You're traveling, and the dusty, rutted road is lined with closely grown hedges of brambles and shrubs. We're starting to see more farmland as you're traveling through the countryside. And once in a while, you catch the sight of a barn or a farmstead, and over time, you're starting to see these places a little bit more frequent, and an orchard here and there, and just some more evidence of civilization. Once in a while, you can even see pastures of where cattle graze, or small flocks of sheep. And soon, coming into view, you see numerous thatched roofs, stone chimneys with thin plumes of smoke rising from them, and the road that you were on angles itself over hill country and right down into one of the main and only streets of Hommlet. As you're coming into the town proper, you look ahead, and you can see, I should probably navigate you to the Hommlet map here. And let's see if your token's stuck. No, they didn't. So let me throw your tokens back up on this map here. How's everyone doing? Anyone need to take a break yet?
I'm okay here.
Okay.
Okay.
So you'd be coming in here to the lower left. And so you might not be that close to what you're seeing here as you're coming into town, but you see as you're approaching with the cart and whatnot over the hill down into the village, there's an elderly man that steps out onto the road. His eyes are placed upon you. His wrinkled face bears the visage of someone that has lived in the town a long, long time. He seems to he stands like very prominently in the center of the road, and you watch as he puts two fingers in his mouth and gives a whistle that seems to signal or bring some attention to two farmhands that are in a field that is being attended to by two young men, probably about 16, 18 years of age. They both look like they've got kind of hand plows that are attached to a pair of oxen that are working these fields, and they stop as they hear this whistle. It seems like they don't move or leave the field, but they're just at attention and kind of watching what's happening on the road. The man that has stepped out onto the road has longer-ish hair, wisps of white, graying hair, kind of messy. He's got a scabbard, a long sword sheathed in a scabbard at his hilt, his hip, and he's just kind of got his left hand kind of propped up on it. He hasn't unsheathed it or anything, but he seems kind of on edge. And as you're approaching, he does hail you, and he says, "Well, howdy, folk. My name is Hroth. I'm here to welcome you to Hommlet. Might I ask what business it is that has brought you to our humble village?"
Oh, we're making a delivery for the wizard Burn, and on the way we came across these two chuckleheads who'd taken on to banditry. Which, by the way, and he kind of plaques the two on the top of the head with his staff. Why would you take up banditry with lovely land like this? Look at that pumpkin. I couldn't get my hands around it if I tried. You ought to be farmers.
And they don't say too much at your scolding. They just kind of bow their heads and are kind of nodding. Hroth, humble, or anybody that is proficient in insight can make an insight check right here.
We're all really good at it.
Lucinda and Dane, you notice right at the time that Humble mentioned the word wizard, you see he kind of twitched or like grimaced a little bit.
You don't like the wizard?
Yeah, be talking about Burn? No, I don't care so much for Burn, if you ask, since you bring it up.
I'm not a big fan of wizards either.
Neither am I.
Can be trouble. You'll pay?
They're very nice. They're okay.
Too much learning.
Ziloff, as soon as you say something, he looks over your direction and thinks, "What the blazes is that? What are you bringing into this town?"
Not again.
No, he's fine. Don't worry about him.
Oh, he looks
He's
like
just here to...
some kind of monster. You're bringing into
Yeah,
town.
monster. Yeah.
He doesn't act
Yeah.
like one, though.
No, I'm not. I'm not a monster. Just a Zilloff.
I'm a monster, though.
You're a monster? Oh,
And,
okay. Way.
It's been a long time on the road, and a few of them took a few knocks to the head. Maybe we could take care of business before we get into story time.
Well, if you got business with the wizard, I am not sure we'll be trading too many stories.
Which is just a delivery. Also, we have
What is old
it's-
Byrne having delivered to his tower?
I'm pretty sure that's not your concern.
bits and baubles, some glassware.
Well, as the head of the militia here, I do have an interest in knowing what he's all about. Let me have a look.
It's just monster stuff.
What? No, it's it's like it's a couple of these, some carafes, a bit of mint, some of this, some of that. The other thing, a big pile of bat guano, a few fireflies, some wool, a few glass rods,
You're
crickets.
opening the crate and showing him all these things.
Well, yeah, this like
Okay, he's like,
You're the head of the militia. Why don't you take care of these prisoners for us?
well, I'll
Well,
happily take care of them.
that'll be good too.
Your reward?
No, I mean, I'm just a simple farmer. That being a part of the militia, is sort of a volunteer thing. I don't have much coin or anything. There's no reward.
You have a captain of the guard here?
Wait, is the militia the same as the Badgers?
God, enough with the Burn and his cow blasted badgers. They have no authority.
Well, I new here.
Well,
Just
that's good to know.
just got here. Yeah, like they said. But if I could just get the delivery, we could get that taken care of. Then you could explain this all to us as we reprimand these reprobates.
Humbled, why don't you make a persuasion check?
Because I'm really bad at it. That's why I won't do it. How do I? Persuasion.
Dave's gonna go over and touch him and give him
12. And a back rub, apparently.
Yeah.
I was a
I have
little,
faith in
I was-
you.
I was a little tense. Thank you.
You go over and you
Oh, man.
speak some words as you're casting your guidance spell, and he, how does that work? Like, are you speaking like in Dwarvish as you perform that?
Sure.
Okay.
Dwarvish, like all I'd want to speak.
And he's kind of looking curiously at you as you perform that. He says, "What is that that you did there? That looked like a bit of sorcery to me. What is that you're speaking?"
Dwarvish?
No, I don't speak
Oh,
Dwarvish.
I'll have to teach you. Are you a man of God?
I'm a follower of the old faith, the old traditions.
Who do you pray to?
We pray to the earth. We pray to the trees. We pray to the spirits.
You should pray to Marden. He will protect your people.
Marden. Never heard of that.
It's okay.
It's probably because you're not a dwarf. Full of sacks.
Fine earthy god he is. Though again, if everything's in order, we could be off, and then you could tell us about the militia.
And suddenly your words seem just a little bit more like you're putting together your pitch to him that this is really mundane and like it's nothing to be concerned with. And he seems just a little bit more he says, "Oh, all right then." And as he's about to like let you go, You see that there's a woman that emerges from presumably maybe his house. This is the front yard that he's been hanging out in before he stepped out onto the road to get into your business. An elderly woman, and she's got a tray of, it looks like a clay vessel that's sort of steaming, like there must be some kind of a hot liquid or something in there, and a plate of some very dry looking biscuits. And she kind of comes up and inserts herself in this conversation, and she says, "Well, hello, travelers. Welcome. Maybe a little bit of tea or some biscuits. You're probably famished after a long day on the road."
Lovely.
She directs
course,
the
pretty
tray in your
lady.
direction. "Oh, my name is Ivy," and as soon as some introductions are starting to happen, you can see Hroth is like, "No, not now, dear, not now. This is not the time." She says, "Oh, not the time for what? Whatever are you talking about? I'm just wanting to greet our these travelers, these worn travelers. Oh, nice donkey. Would you think he would like maybe an apple or something?"
Well, he would, but if he starts in, he'll eat you out of house and home. No, he's on a bit of a diet.
I'm not though. I'd love an apple.
Oh, come with me. Come with me. Right inside. I'll fetch an apple, get you something to eat. Oh, Mr. Dwarf there. Hello. Anything that I can get for you?
I'll have some cookies.
Oh, and she offers you
Here's
some.
wine if you brought it.
Oh, sure. I could get you some wine. Although, I imagine that you'll be stopping over at the Stumbling Ogre later.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, have you ever been to Hommlet before? Have you met my boy Elmo?
Oh,
he's a wonderful boy. He's always so busy out in the woods. He spends a lot of time trying to do good things for the people of Hommlet, and I hope you get a chance to run into him. He's such a good boy. Unlike our other son has fallen in with bandits, and she just seems like really eager to like contrive this. Like she's throwing these details there, and you can see like Hroth is like, now, dear, now's not.
Bandits.
Sorry,
Oh,
and he says, "No,
Bandits,
just
really?
head on, go see the wizard. It's fine.
No,
Go see
let's
him."
learn more about your lovely family.
And there's just a look of
she
shame is on his
is
face.
right. We have been traveling a while. We could use a good meal.
Well, we and he sort of looks back to the cart that's got the body.
Can I
Looks
get
back to the cart that's got the body in it for a second. He's like,
Oh, that one's not going anywhere.
yeah.
I don't think.
So it was Elmo. It was Elmo, and I missed the name of the other one.
Otis. Oh,
Otis.
Poor Otis.
Just one more, and he walks over to the other two. Is that Otis?
They both shake their head.
Do you know Otis?
I'm gonna say there's a chance that they do. Let's see. We'll roll a percentile here, and we'll say there is a 25% chance that they know. Oh,
Dun dun.
didn't happen. No. They both shake their head. No, they don't know him.
Oh, just wanted to check in on something. Mistress Ivy, I really should get these delivered. Oti and I can hang out about here, and these two fellas live in proof that you can come back from a life of banditry. Isn't that right, fellas?
Yes.
Currently living proof.
At this point,
Because we brought them back.
grabs the old lady and he's walking to her door because she's promised him alcohol and food.
Remember, an entire brewery awaits you, so don't fill up if that's possible. for such a
Don't
stout
worry.
fella.
I'll be
Hey.
fine.
And I didn't catch the name there, but thank you for the follow, whoever that was. Appreciate that.
Let's go get one of the brews.
So, sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Dane, are you still wanting to? She's more than happy to go inside and fetch some wine.
I'm grabbing her to her door. Yeah, we're going inside. We're gonna have some lunch and.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, she's more than happy to play host here as she invites you into her home. Yeah, on the inside, it's pretty cramped. As you're like going into the house, though, those two young men in the field to the south, one of them calls out and just says, hey, Hroth, are you good? Do you need anything?" And he's just like, they're fine. And they go, okay, and then they head back to plowing the fields. But they make some room. They kind of have to like pull over a crate and such. They don't get visitors very often, but they do their best to kind of welcome you into their home. And she gets some food going, and there's a bit of conversation happening. The whole time you can just see that the older gentleman Hroth, he's just kind of mortified a little bit that you're here and in his home and like learning so much about his family. But at some point, he gets a little bit more comfortable with you being here, and he says, well, it's a terrible thing that is happening to many of the families here. You see, people being roped in, especially the young folk, into banditry. Life of farming doesn't pay so much, and such it is with our boy Otis. He was enticed into thievery.
Like your boys need more purpose.
Well, we did okay with Elmo. He's quite accomplished woodsman. He does a lot out in the woods, hunting and such, keeping the wolves at bay that harass the flocks of our farmers and shepherds. But
Part of your militia, then.
Well,
I was in the army too. I'm a captain.
Well, we're happy to have folk like you here to help out. But no offense to you, it sounds like you've got business with the wizard. But you should know that many of us here in town, we don't appreciate the presence of the wizard and his taking up here and lording over us as he does. They say there's some noble elsewhere, Viscount, put him in charge of building a castle and overseeing protection. We've been protecting ourselves fine. We don't need him and his kind. They're not from here. They don't cooperate with us. So if you're taking up with them badgers, well, I hope that you cooperate with the good people of this town a little bit better than Byrne.
I'm a man of God. I don't take up with anybody but him.
Galileo wants to explain. You understand that we're just doing a simple, transportation job. No big deal.
Yeah.
We've never even met the wizard yet, so he just sent.
You could judge him for yourself. He holds all sorts of secrets. Some of the other militia members have watched him in the evening, drifting outside of the city limits, of the village limits. Where he goes, we don't know. Unaccompanied. Sometimes he doesn't come back for days.
What do you think he might be doing?
Well, you yourself have had run-ins with the bandits and such. Seems like he's doing okay for himself. what if he might be behind all this? None of this problem started up until he moved into town.
Are you saying he employs bandits?
Could be. Go see for yourself. You go talk to him.
Have you ever heard of what they call him, the beautiful one?
Oh, aye, the pretty boy.
Yeah. What a name it was.
That isn't a name I have heard. I mean, no, no one that calls himself by that.
What about I'll pull out one of the stones with the little eye on it. What about this symbol? You ever seen that? That's who these guys said they were working for.
No, I can't see that I've seen that either.
Oh, could be it's
That's
burning.
probably good.
Strange request. Can I see your boot?
My boot.
Oh no.
What? If you're looking for a good a cobbler, we got one in town. You can get a pair of your own. But and he pulls his boots off, and he doesn't you haven't explained that you found the stone in the boot, so he just does it, and he doesn't understand why. He's like, I got him for a good price. You get a set just like him up the road.
Those are some fine boots. I might
it's
up on that.
Does he charge more for large feet?
it's funny, Dane. I never took you for an anthropologist.
What?
Oh, I just a bit of knowledge I picked up. Apparently, boots are very key to anthropology, and just hadn't taken you for that sort of man.
You're a strange man, Humboldt. Very strange man.
But seems this fellow's Hroth and his lovely wife Ivy beyond reproach. And now I hear you have a son, Elmo. Single, is he?
Oh, he is. He is. But
painfully so.
Well, no. I think he has the hearts of a few of the young ladies here in town.
Oh,
but
excellent.
he's just too busy for all that. Especially these past few weeks, he's been looking for Otis.
Well, we'll see if we can't free him up. I fancy myself a bit of a matchmaker, and would like to get to know everyone in town. See if I know any folks that are reasonable, matches from nearby areas. Good stout folk. Very impressed with the pumpkins out there. And a little surprised to hear that banditry pays more with such fine fields as you have here.
Yes, it's. Well, if you say you're a matchmaker, and this Ivy kind of starts in. She says, "You need to go. You should go take a talking to the neighbor boy, Velter. I hear he's got a little bit of a crush on the blacksmith." And he's been working tirelessly trying to earn some money to buy her a gift or something. He was saying the other day.
I bet you can help with that.
Yeah, certainly.
Find some money.
Yeah. Though, again, we ought to be off to the wizard. Oh, also, whereabouts might your brewmeister be? Brewmaster, fellow with the brewery.
Oh, and they both give you directions, and I'll ping the map here if you want to scroll up and out. There is a kind of like directly to the north of you, over here. That
the kind of up on the rise thing.
Yeah. Right up here along this very small stream of water. There's a larger building, one of the larger buildings that you can plainly see in town. Up on that rise, it's the brewery.
Or now that Humboldt's got Dane's attention.
Right.
Yeah, she says, yes, you want to go up there to the Hairy Turtle? The brewmaster is inundated with You might be able to get a job with them as well if it sounds like you're sort of teamster group here, deliverings and such. He gets orders for his brew in many of the neighboring communities, even all the way up from where you're all coming from in Verbobach.
Hey, maybe he'd give us a discount, hey?
Could be. Business is good for them. It's one of the only businesses that's doing well.
I think we also
Should
have
we
a.
go? Let's go.
We do have a full itinerary in town. We've got to visit Burn, just business. We'll keep an eye on him. Learn about these badgers. Check out the Stumbling Ogre. It's been a long trip. Deal with these two knuckleheads. And what? Sure, we'll come up with something else.
Do they know where we can take these two knuckleheads? Is there like a jail or?
Oh, well, we don't have a jail per se, but we could throw them up in a stockade in the center of town. We could.
Seems appropriate.
Make
They did
a
kill us.
bolder statement, perhaps.
Well,
Are you talking murder?
Talking justice. You say that they attacked you on the road. Probably they've done so for countless others. And from the chat here, curious if any of these players have prior Temple of Elemental Evil experience. I don't think any of us do. So this is a first playthrough.
Well, off to Burn. We'll keep an eye out for Otis. And if we see Elmo, we'll certainly help him out with his wolves and his women. That came out wrong.
So,
Did you want to say it the other way?
Maybe.
So in regards to your two prisoners, are you leaving them with him to take care of, or are you taking them with you?
We'll
Well,
haul
he
them
said
along.
he would.
I mean, at least to the stockades. You look like a sturdy captain of the militia, but 2 versus 1 is just unfair. We should maybe get them in the stockades, first.
But 2 in manacles are a lot easier.
And he sort of looks at the older gentleman. He looks at the 2 thugs. I'd feel better in my soul if they were in the stockades before we turned them over.
Yeah, okay.
Sounds good.
Also, I need my manacles back.
So, sounds like at this juncture, your next destination is to get paid and head over to Burn.